Hello and welcome to How to Be a Terminal Pro. This is Jesse Shaw, and in this video we will be navigating through the terminal. So we can go ahead and fire it up. One of the first things that we'll do is use the command ls, which is short for list, and this will list all of the contents of our home directory. We can see that we're in our home directory by typing pwd, so print out our working directory, and it'll show I'm in my users/js, which is of course my home folder. We can also use ls with an argument, so we can list the contents of a directory. So for this one, I'll just do ls documents, which will show me all of the contents of my documents folder. We can also pass two arguments to it, so we can say ls documents and music, and it'll list out the contents of both of those directories. We can use absolute or relative paths, so you can say ls/users/js/documents, which is of course equivalent to ls documents and also ls tilde/documents. So again, the tilde refers to our home directory. Just a quick note about case sensitivity in file names. If I were to say ls documents, it will print out the contents of my documents folder with a capital D, but on the Unix file system, these file names are case sensitive. So although it will work on Mac like this, I would strongly recommend just being sure that you type in the right case. And another thing you want to be careful of is spaces in your directory names. So I can ls, I see I have this directory, some space directory here. If I try to list the contents of that, it will actually just think that I'm passing two arguments to it. So it says directory, there's no directory called that, and there's no directory called some. So I either need to escape it with a backslash, some backslash space directory, which will do it correctly, or I need to put it in quotes, some directory. And you can either use single quotes or the double quotes there, and it will work. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear out this. Thing that we can do is pass some options to our ls command. So I can do ls-l for a detailed list of the contents of my home directory. I can also do ls-a to list all the files in my home directory. So see there's a bunch of these hidden ones that start with a dot that didn't come up whenever we just did ls-l. And we can do ls-t to sort the files by the time that they were last modified. So the first thing coming out will be some directory. This is the newest directory that I have, and pictures happens to be my oldest. Now we can combine these different options to the ls command by just listing them out. So we can say ls-t-l-a, which will sort the files by the time they were last modified. It'll give me a detailed list, and it will list all the hidden files as well. So there we have it. We can also combine these all into one, so ls-tla, which will do the same thing. And the order of this doesn't matter, of course. ls-alt, equivalent to ls-a-l-t. So the next thing that I want to do is show you how to change directories. So we're currently in our home directory, and I can move into my documents folder here. So I'll say cd documents, and then we can print out the current working directory to see that I am in fact in my documents folder. I can also use the relative and absolute paths here. So I could have said cd tilde, which is a shortcut for my home directory, documents, or just list it out entirely, cd-users/js/documents. And these are all equivalent. And I can move up a directory by using cd ... Whenever we see that ... that just refers to one level up. Whenever we see the single dot, that refers to our current directory. So there we are, back up. So the very next thing that I would like to show you is some pretty cool Finder integration that you can do with the terminal if you're on a Mac. We can open up our Finder here, and I see I have my documents folder here, and I've got some things. And what I can do is just click on a file and just drag it right into the terminal to specify the absolute path. So this is incredibly useful if you are copying a bunch of files to servers or moving them around and you forget where exactly it is. You can just take it from the Finder and drag it right in there. Also open things in the Finder from the terminal. So if I type in open dot, remember the dot is just a placeholder for our current directory. So it should open my home directory in the Finder. And there we are. I see I'm in my JS home directory. We can also pass some other arguments to the open command. So let's see where I am. I can go into my documents folder and list out the contents, and I can open a file.txt. And whenever I pass a file to the open command, it will just use the default editor to open it. So it should open TextEdit, and there it is. So that's pretty cool. I can also specify a certain application to open a file with. So I could say open-a for application, then the name of the application, and then the name of the file, a file.txt. So it should open Pages with that same file. And there we have it. A file.txt is being opened by Pages. Excellent. And then we can also just reveal a file in the Finder. So we can do open-r a file.txt, which will just highlight it and show it to me there. So that's pretty cool. One more thing that you can do with the open command is open a website. So I can say http google.com, and it'll just use your default web browser to open this link. So we have Google Chrome just fires up immediately. There's just one more thing that I'd like to show you. Basically, what I want to do is get this like absolute path business going on in the Finder. So right now, whenever I'm deep in a directory structure, it just shows the current name, but I'd like to see the entire absolute path here. So what I can do is this pretty cool command. It's defaults right com.apple.finder space underscore fxs show POSIX path in title bool dash bool, and then yes, and then I need to kill all Finder to reopen the Finder. And now whenever I go over to my Finder, I can be deep in a directory structure, and then it just lists out the full path. All right, so that just about wraps it up for navigating through the terminal. Next time we'll talk about working with files, creating, deleting, moving, and copying those files. So I'll see you then.